WDMS News.
Today is Friday, May 31st, A-Day. Please stand for the pledge in the Dundalk Middle School Code of Conduct.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I am safe, I am respectful, and I am responsible at Dundalk Middle School and in my community.
Please be seated. Now let's find out what happened on this date in history.
Here's a look at this day in history. May 31st.
In 1819, poet Walt Whitman was born in West Hills, New York. On this day in 1961, South Africa became an independent republic and withdrew from the Commonwealth of Nations. Today in 2005, a 30-year-long mystery was solved when former FBI official Mark Felt admitted that he was the Washington Post's unnamed source, Deep Throat, who helped bring down the Nixon administration during the Watergate scandal. And on this day in 1859, Big Ben first rang out. The clock is precise to within 1 second per day. The bell, however, has had problems. The first was too heavy and shattered, so a lighter 13-ton bell was cast. To this day, Big Ben still marks the time for London and the entire world. And that's this day in history.
Today's math problem is 3 candy bars have 240 grams of sugar. 4 candy bars have X grams of sugar. Set up a proportion and solve for X. Be sure to let your math teacher know if you can solve it. And now here's the third word of the day.
Today's word of the day is forlorn. When my best friend moved to another state halfway across the country, I felt extremely forlorn. And again, today's word of the day is forlorn.
Attention, don't miss your last chance to own this year's yearbook. Limited number will be on sale from now to the end of the year at the price of $28. See Ms. Weber and Mr. Slavin if you are interested in buying one.
Please return all library books as soon as possible. They are considered overdue now. And again, if you have any library books, please return all of them as soon as possible.
Now let's get to checking the weather from Rhiannon.
Good morning, Dundalk Middle School. This is Rhiannon Turner bringing you your week of weather. It's another scorching day today with a high of 94 degrees and clear skies. Tonight's going to cool down a bit and hopefully drop to the low of 74 and keep the clear skies. So keep cool and happy Friday, Dundalk Middle School. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, Rhiannon.
Now for some words of wisdom.
Good morning, Dundalk Middle School. It's Mr. Muhammad with you with wisdom. Have you ever wondered if you are special? Well, wonder no more. Listen to these words from Pablo Casals, a Spanish composer and cellist. The child must know that he is a miracle. That since the beginning of the world there hasn't been, and until the end of the world there will not be another child like him. I'd say that makes you pretty special, wouldn't you? Today, take a moment to think about the fact that you are the only you that ever was or ever will be. Nobody will ever look exactly like you or think exactly like you or be exactly like you. You are unrepeatable. Just being you is pretty awesome. With something to think about, this is Mr. Muhammad. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.
And now here's our progress on the More Change Challenge. In first place, we have the 8th graders with $147.01. Second place, we have the 6th graders with $85.51. And at last place, we have the 7th graders with $43.90. As you can see, our 8th graders have reached our goal and passed the goal also. And now here's Mr. Barish.
Morning, Dundalk Middle School. Happy Friday to all students and staff at DMS. Wanted to remind all students and also all staff that today, this morning, we will be having our character education lesson, and we will be following our character education bell schedule. Teachers, if you can make sure that you put on the board the character education schedule for all students. Again, we will be following a character education bell schedule, and it is located in our faculty handbook, or you can see Mr. Muffaletto or the front office to receive a copy of the schedule if you don't have one accessible to you. Again, this morning, we will be having our character education PBIS lesson. Also, students, today you received a newsletter in homeroom. Please make sure the newsletter is reviewed and read by you and also by family and guardians. It's going to be talking about important final dates of the school year. I want to just remind all students of the high expectations that we need to continue for the last couple weeks of school, and that's making sure that not only we're here at school and demonstrating excellent attendance, that we're also having that positive attitude and applying yourself. Again, the expectation is students, we're being respectful and we're following rules and directions. Another reminder that book bags are to be locked in your lockers. Electronic devices, earphones need to be turned off. I want to remind students, when teachers ask you to follow rules and expectation, it is your responsibility to do so. As we come across our last 2 weeks of school, students who are having a challenging time following rules and expectations to make sure that we are a positive and safe learning environment, your school year will end earlier. So again, I want to make sure all students, especially our 8th graders who have that 8th grade farewell, are following expectations or rules and consequences, because if a child is suspended during the course of this coming week or next week, or if their end of the year ends early, those students in 8th grade will not be permitted to attend the 8th grade farewell assembly. So again, I want to make sure the focus is on a positive learning and safe environment for all students, so the expectations will continue to be high, and I would really be disappointed if any students end their school year early because of disruptive behavior. But again, starting next week, students who have chronic disruptive behavior, their end of the year will be sooner than others, and it's not for a positive reason. So let's continue to make great choices, because 98% of you in this building do make great choices. But for the students who do not, their year will end early. Thank you. Now back to Emily and Intisar. Let's have a great day.
This is Intisar
and Emily reminding you to
stay classy, Dundalk Middle School.